Guys, welcome back to the channel. My apologies for it being so many months. I've been going through a really tough time coming to the reality of I am not a real vlogger. Confession, I'm just not a legit vlogger. I don't know how to get there. I appreciate all of your support. I've got, I think, 124 subscribers, so thank you to all 124 of you that do watch. And I think that 99% of the people that view don't subscribe. So if 98.9% of you that don't subscribe that watch could subscribe, you possibly could change my life and turn me into a real vlogger. But anyway, all the kidding aside, the purpose of this video is a garage update. And the biggest part of the garage update is the 2017 AMG GLE43. I'm going to do a quick review of that car. Not like an in-depth review, but just a quick review, what got me there. If you do subscribe to the channel and you've seen the Volvo video, you'll know why I don't have another Volvo. And oh my God, I'm sweating so much. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Hold on, I need to get like a paper towel. See, a real vlogger would not need a paper towel. I mean, like a real vlogger would have somebody here with makeup and like have them all done up and everything, and you know, it'd be so much more legit. But I'm just like, I'm on a garage budget, literally in my garage with like stained floors and everything, so you know, not a big budget. So anyway, please, I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to go check out the Volvo video. That was, that car was a disaster for me. Might not be for everybody a disaster, but for me it was a disaster. But what took me to the Mercedes GLE43 was really an unusual turn of events. I'm going to go ahead and walk around the car a little bit now. So come with me. See, a real vlogger wouldn't even say that. They would just walk around the car. So with the lease coming to an end of the Volvo XC90, we were put in a position where we had to make a decision fairly quickly. And that decision was, do we go with another lease or do we purchase? And if we go with another lease, boy, it'd make a lot of sense to do the Volvo, because they were just throwing all kinds of things at us, like 4 months of free payments, no more disposition fee, probably waive my excessive mileage, which went over by about 2,000 miles. So I think I did 38,000. I was only allowed to have 36,000 on the car. And I went and test drove a BMW X5, which I loved, obviously, having the M5. Wanted to stick with that family of cars, and we didn't like the X5 that we test drove, and on a whim we drove over to the Mercedes dealer, asked them if they had any pre-owned SUVs out, and this was like back in July, like really at the peak of COVID in Florida, when people were in quarantine and they weren't going out a whole lot to do much of anything. And we met with the salesman. The salesman said, yeah, they've got a couple of them, and they had a base GLE 350, and he quoted a number in the 30s, and then I said, well, how about the AMG? And he quoted a number that was unbelievable. Given my access to Manheim, I opened up the Manheim app, I looked at how much this thing should go through the auction for, and they were asking 8,000 less, maybe 8,500 less than what the auction value was, and it's certified. So yeah, the exhaust sounds pretty good for a bi-turbo 6. I'm gonna take this on the road, and you're gonna hear some pops on this thing. It's crazy that it actually pops, but it's obviously white with the saddle brown leather interior. Has the really nice contrast stitching. Car's in really good shape. Clean Carfax. I went through the car. There was no accidents. There's nothing funky with it. No stories. Nice interior. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like a dark wood trim, but it looks good. And it's, I would call it fairly well loaded. It doesn't have the active cruise control or the lane keep assist, but it essentially has everything else. It has the nice dual pano roof. Really love the interior color. Plenty of room in the back. I went and I bought the tonneau cover to cover the cargo area. I think the headrests kind of look like Star Wars figures, if you ask me. But you know, all the basic amenities. Mercedes does a really nice job with their switchgear. Everything feels really like solid. I love the different like metal touches, even on the steering wheel here. It is metal, I believe. Correct me in the comments below if that's not the case. But it has the 3-zone climate control, so 2 zones in the front, 1 in the rear. It also has the running boards with the LED lights that come on at nighttime, which is really nice. You can maybe see them on right now because the door is open. And then it also has what some people might consider tacky, but it also has the illuminated star. And I'll try and get a picture of that for you guys at nighttime because it does look really unique. Here's the back seat. Has the sunshades on the doors, which is nice. There's climate control. I did also buy the WeatherTech liner. See, it already worked. Already has a stain there. Perfect. I did buy the AMG trailer hitch cover off the eBay for like 20 bucks. Alright, so my thoughts on the car. Acceleration is great. It still is a car that probably weighs over 4,000 pounds. Feel free to correct my assessment of the weight in the comments below. But it's a heavy car. It drives heavy. The steering is heavy, but in a good way. Like very solid, very controlled. It's quiet in the car. It might be a little loud now. I just started up and the air conditioning is running, but you do hear the pops and the cracks from the exhaust when you're slowing down or downshifting, which is really cool for an SUV. I mean, my son and I will just sit and laugh. We'll put the windows down if we go out later at night for to go somewhere, and put it in the Sport Plus mode, which is what really enables the I guess the exhaust note, and maybe dumps fuel into the exhaust, whatever it does to allow it to ignite and pop. So really happy with that. It's comfortable. The seats are firm. Very easy to see out of. I mean, I have no visibility issues whatsoever. And it does have the blind spot assist also, which is super helpful. So, you know, safety is number one for Mercedes. I've never owned one before, but so far I'm really happy with it. I know that I am sacrificing some things which the Volvo gave to me, but like the active cruise control and the parking, the active parking, where it'll put it in a spot. I think I used that one time just to try it. Never was able to master it and find a lot of value in it. And I don't have the active lane keep assist, which kept the car in the lane if I had the cruise control on, or maybe was checking texts. I don't know. Who does that? I don't do that. But if I happened to be checking text, or a friend of mine was driving the car and was checking the text, would keep you in the lane. So all in all, you know, without giving an expert, extremely wordy review, I really like it. We got a great deal on this car. I don't understand why the dealer was trying to sell these these GLEs so cheap. They said that they were going to send them to the auction and probably make more money than they could retailing it to me, which is accurate. So all I did was I got like $500 off their asking price, and which again was like $9,000 cheaper than wholesale auction price, and was very happy with it. Actually wound up getting it from a dealer down here. so a local group supporting the local businesses. And stereo is very good. It comes with the Harman Kardon stereo. Very happy with that. It's not mind-blowing or anything, but it's solid. I like buying pre-owned. It had 29,000 miles on it when I got it, and still has a warranty for 2 years thanks to the Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned program. And that's it. So that's the interior. Let's get on to the good stuff. So since my last video, the Audi has been performing flawlessly. It's been amazing. Had a cool experience. I was thinking of vlogging for it, but I'm really not a real vlogger, so I didn't do it. I went with my brother, who sold his business and bought a Lamborghini Huracan, which has the same setup transmission-wise, the dual clutch, and the same V10 with 610 horsepower. And we drove it back from up north to Georgia and put 600 miles on it in 4 days. That was a great adventure. Got to drive it. Drives amazing. What an amazing car. It gets so much attention, a lot more attention than the R8. It's a little stiffer than the R8. It's a little narrower inside, a little less cushy, but it's an exotic like race car. So what do you expect? But all in all, very happy with the R8. I will say, during the peak of COVID, I actually considered selling it, and I actually put it up for sale for a brief period of time. And then I came to my senses and said, things will get back to normal. There will be car shows again. There will be places you can go out to dinner and whatever. There just wasn't anything to do with the car. And my son also convinced me that he would start doing more stuff with me. So thank you, Justin, appreciate it. And then the M5 has been great. The only thing I'll say is that I had an issue with the air conditioning, and the blower was it seemed like, the best way to explain it was the blower seemed like it was coming on and then off, and then on and then off. And it gets really hot here, and when the blower wasn't on, it would get really hot in the car. So I did some research. Happened to be a $20 part called a blend door actuator. I was able to take that out, replace it, and while I was in there, I replaced the blower cover, which had a screen which degraded over time because it's made out of almost like a Brillo looking material, and the whole thing was gone. That was a $50 part, and I replaced that. But otherwise, the car's been amazing. I have no interest in doing any other modifications to it at this time. So really, really happy with it. I also got new tires for the BMW. I put the OEM Michelin Pilot Super Sports on them, and they're great. Oh my God, what a huge difference. I was putting that thing down, I'd stomp on it at like 70 miles per hour, and I would just start spinning before the traction control would kick in, which, you know, the car does have a lot of horsepower, but you want your car to hook, and it wasn't hooking. Now it hooks again. So got these brand new Michelin Pilot Super Sports. See if you can see down there how wide they are. They're just so crazy wide. They're 295, 30 20s in the rear, and I believe they're 265, 35 20s in the front. I believe that's the combo. So tomorrow is, I believe it's September 19th tomorrow, Sunday, September 19th or the 20th of 2020. I'm gonna probably run up to the Palm Beach outlets for caffeine, or actually no, it's called Coffee and Cars. And I'm gonna take the R8 up there. So if you're up there and you see this video in time, please swing by and say hello. Anyway, thanks for checking out the channel. Any comments I'd love to see. Again, if you are one of the folks that needs to be part of the 98.9% club, please. If you like the video, hit subscribe, hit the notification button. If you like it, hit the like. You don't have to do any of that, just a suggestion, because that's what the professional vloggers always ask their viewers to do. So I'm trying to learn. And anything else you suggest I do, let me know. I'd like to do some more driving vlogs, so I'm gonna work on that as the weather starts to improve, meaning cooling down a lot. All right, thanks guys, appreciate you watching.